Hello.
Hello.
I did a German countdown today, just
Yes,
because,
he did.
I,
It was.
you know.
He's full of whimsy.
Ha ha ha! Welcome back. We're doing Hardspace Shipbreaker. Whoop whoop whoop
Yes.
whoop.
How many of these have we done now? Like 40?
I don't fucking know. You were enjoying watching this before.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I do.
Oh
I
yeah, you
do. I
sound it.
do.
You
I
sound
do.
so happy about it. We're gonna
No,
do.
I
I'm gonna
do.
crack on. We're gonna do the Scout Patrol Craft by Atlas today, which I'm thinking is the
Okay.
next one. I'm pretty sure the last one was the one that we did before. So,
Oh, all right.
but yeah, no, you sound so happy about watching this.
Yeah.
Oh, it's done it that thing where it decides it's gonna fucking stop displaying it. Technical difficulties. Here we go. We're back. We're back, baby.
And that was quick.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it does just work again of its own volition without any sort of warning whatsoever. So,
Um,
shall we
do you
talk
want a
about something?
topic?
Oh, I suppose. Seeing as I've basically asked her on.
There was a big sporting story in the news this week. Did you hear about it?
There's two big sporting stories in the news this week. So
Well,
I should think I heard about at least one of them.
well, that involved a promising up-and-coming footballer.
I don't know if.
It's me. I did it. It was me.
Oh, okay.
I told you about this.
Oh, sorry, that sporting news.
Fuck's sake. Yes.
Sorry, I
Some
thought
17-year-old boy said I had a nice touch.
I wouldn't phrase it like
Um,
that.
I was
I
I
wouldn't
was
definitely
escorting
wouldn't phrase it anything like that.
I was escorting some visitors to another side of the place where I work, and there was some kids playing football,
As
and one
kids
of them
are want
kicked
to
it,
do.
and I just sort of tapped it back with my foot to them, and one of them said, "Nice touch," and I've been buzzing ever since. I won't lie to you.
See, I thought you were gonna talk about two of the any one of the actual serious proper.
Yeah,
Genuine.
I don't give a shit about sport. Of course, I don't know
I don't
anything
give a
about it.
shit about most sport. I still know stuff. For
But yeah,
example,
I did a football thing, and it was a pretty great feeling. I won't lie to you.
oh, it's done it again.
Fucking effortless.
It's done it again. Technical difficulties.
Are we cutting this out or just sitting here?
Sitting here. It's gonna take a sec. I mean,
Okay.
it's well, feast your eyes on space. Sometimes there's nothing.
But yeah, it was a pretty cool moment. Deny it.
Can I just show you something in here before we carry on?
You must.
So you see all these areas that on the screen that have got the like a little box, and then there's a green box or a red box.
Yes.
Okay, because I was waiting for you to reply to that.
Yeah, I went. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well the green box means that there's oxygen in there, and the red box means there isn't. So what I need to do at this point is try and find some way of pumping the oxygen out of the areas where there is oxygen, without venting it all into space, because that could be quite dangerous.
Right.
So yeah, that's a technical thing I need to get done.
Yeah.
I love the fact that that is going to be a permanent thing, and it's all because you spelt something wrong.
Technical. Yeah.
Technical difference.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
You
that,
spelled
that,
something wrong, and I'm
that
going to continue to mock you for it.
that football thing was great. I never read it as mocking. I just thought it was a fun little running joke we have now.
Oh, okay. There you go. Doctor, oh, it's done it. Why does it keep doing it? For God's sake!
I don't know.
It's pissing me off. It does it when I'm trying to play by myself, not with myself. Just to be clear. When I play games by myself, it'll do it sometimes, and it'll normally piss about for a while, and then it'll start working. Oh no, not that one.
Now, regular viewers, if you exist,
Red don't.
may remember that I spoke about jury service recently. I am not doing jury service. They sent me an email saying I was surplus to requirements. They had too many jurors, so I'm
Yeah.
off the hook. Which means I get to bitch about what a shit system jury service is. I think it's awful. I just think you should ask lay people to make a decision that important.
Well,
They don't. What do you think you're being asked to do if you're in a jury?
decide if someone has. What the fuck does that door control?
I don't know.
What does that control?
On my fucking door, I don't know.
Very
I've
weird.
never been on this ship before.
Um, you're basically being asked to determine if someone is guilty or innocent based on whatever evidence you've been presented, as at the time. Oh, look, a teddy bear. Oh, it's a
Um,
bunny.
in a sense, yeah. I mean, really, what you're being asked to do is assess the prosecution's case.
Yeah.
Yeah, and put it in terms of whether guilty or innocent. You know, you're supposed to ignore all other factors and just say, based on this evidence, I don't think have they proven guilt beyond a reasonable doubt, which in itself is a fucking semantic nightmare if you're a bit slow.
Yeah.
What exactly is a reasonable doubt? And people confuse being given a reason to doubt with reasonable doubt.
Yeah.
You know, if someone suggests an alternative theory that has absolutely zero fucking evidence to back it up, I'll
That's
go,
not
oh
reasonable.
well, yeah, but some people might think that.
Some people are idiots.
Mm. Um,
But that's
but
the thing, isn't it?
also,
You hope that
I
your case is being tried by an idiot or a series of idiots.
well,
Job
I
done.
should. Well, it depends whether you did it or not. But
That's
my
how I
point
got
is,
off.
well, yeah, yeah. But I think it's important to note that you can think somebody is guilty and find them innocent based on that, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Because you may. I'll give you an example. The guy Barry George, who was on trial and found guilty, and then acquitted afterwards for killing the Crime Watch presenter Jill Dando. I would have found him innocent, but I think it's a good case, and I might well think he actually did it.
Okay.
There's that weird distinction there, but I don't think a lot of people really take heed of that. I think, yeah, but you get 12 people who don't really want to be there, who kind of just want to get it over and done with, who don't necessarily understand the technical aspects of the case, or aren't guaranteed to have any sort of critical thinking skills at all.
No, that's
You
true.
put them in that room, they have biases.
We have met people, and generally
Yeah.
speaking, they're fucking idiots.
Mm. It should be like the Napoleonic system. It should be a panel of judges. People who know the law and know technical lingo and know what is being asked of them. But no, we have this fucking weird view of the average person on the street as an inherently noble creature. I understand why I understand the logic behind it, that if you can persuade 12 randos, essentially, that a person is guilty, that it's a strong case.
It's
That
true.
they probably are. I get that, but it's it's still shit.
But also, you get let down by people on a constant basis, and so why would you trust that they are? You wouldn't want it to be, if you were innocent, you wouldn't want your fate to be in the hands of 12 people who you don't know
Well,
that
yeah,
that may have a prejudice against you
yes,
for whatever ridiculous
or
reason.
just want to get out of there and not really taking it seriously, not really understand what's being asked of them.
I mean, I am thinking of 12 angry men right now. One's called Bob,
Okay.
one's called Steve, one's called Dave, one's called Pete. Can't remember the rest.
Hmm.
But yeah, I assume you've seen 12 Angry Men.
Have you?
Yeah, I watched it.
I haven't, but I'm going to at some point.
Okay, well, I think it's an interesting story, and I can't remember if we ever find out if the person is guilty or not. In light of seeing,
Does it even matter? I suppose.
well, I mean, considering how the story
the
pans
answer.
out, I think it
I
would be
suppose.
nice
Well,
to
I don't
know.
know. I've never seen it. I suspect a lot of the point is the conversation held around it, and that whether they are guilty or innocent is sort of irrelevant at a certain point.
I mean, in a manner of speaking, I can see that argument. Yes,
You know.
I would say that it would be nice to know,
Yeah.
but it would also be nice to know like a lot of things that are in films. So
Do you know what I mean, though?
about
I
what?
suspect you probably about the jury system.
Oh yeah.
Do you agree?
I mean, I've never really given it that much form. I think
Okay.
it is flawed, but realistically, have you got enough people to do it any other way? Any other credible way?
The French do it.
Okay, but the French are the French.
Basically, every other country on Earth does it, apart from us in America. Maybe a few others. You know,
I can hear music.
I'm not singing.
Oh,
Incidentally,
yeah, I get it.
I'm gonna watch it fully, but I had a little look at your most recent F1 video, which I'm sure you might want to talk about in depth.
Potentially.
Do you have commentary on that?
No, you know what? If you'd read the bloody thingy, if
The
you'd read the
description?
thing, the detail, you'd know. So,
Well, I'm sorry, I was too eager to watch my friend's video.
I'm sure I told you as well, personally.
Do you read my descriptions, Jordan?
When I watch your videos, yes, I do. Oh, well, that shut you up, didn't it? I do. I pay attention to
I
the whole
imagine
thing.
you're probably lying.
No, I imagine you think that, but you would be wrong. Shit, that's not right. That's not right. That's not right.
Well, alright, it'll be nice for me to put on and go fall to sleep.
No, there was a technical difficulty, and I was not in the mindset to redo the whole fucking thing.
There was a what?
Technical difficulty.
A what?
Technical difficulty. It's a different
what?
channel. It's a different joke because it's a different channel.
Technical.
There was an issue that has been resolved, but it did impact the first race weekend, which is the first 3 videos, and I'm fairly confident I mentioned something to you about it, but it's fine. Well, not the first 3, the second, third, and fourth.
You mention a lot of things to me.
Yeah, well, some of it matters and some of it doesn't, and I trust you to make an accurate judgment as to which is which, and it seems that you don't a lot of the time, and that's fine. I'm used to people being, well, I don't want to say, oh shit.
Want to say what?
No. I need to concentrate a sec. I don't want to say disappointing, but
well, maybe...
I can't think of a better word at the moment.
I'm not going to say what I'm thinking. I'm just going to move on.
Okay. There's some actual big Formula 1 news, which I thought you might have been alluding to, considering.
Oh.
Is
no.
That, oh, you don't know, or oh, you don't care?
I don't know. What is it?
It's been announced tonight that Lewis Hamilton is going to be changing teams at the end of the year, which is sort of a big deal because he's been with Mercedes for fucking ages. He is the joint most decorated, in terms of championships, racing driver in Formula 1 history, and he's going to be joining Ferrari, who are the most decorated Formula 1 team in history.
He's going to cash in on that, isn't he?
Well, I mean, it all depends. Ferrari have been quite competitive were quite competitive this last year. More so, I would say, than Mercedes, even though Mercedes just beat them at the end. I feel like technical issues screwed Ferrari more than anything else. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. We've got another year of racing before that. It is a bit annoying that I've already sorted out my videos for both Mercedes and Ferrari, but I suppose technically since I'm talking about this year in my stuff, it's not going to be that big a deal. Because, you know, it's not happening until next year. But no, it's a big news thing. I got 2 news alerts about it.
Well, right.
So
I didn't get one.
Do you have a BBC News app?
No.
Well, that'll be why. Oh fuck, what have I done?
You may not have noticed this, but we had a little bit of a milestone recently.
Did we?
Yeah, we passed 200 videos.
Oh, no, I haven't been paying that much attention, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I sort of made a note of it.
I'm not surprised.
No, I didn't even notice. No, we've done quite well. Are you enjoying it so far?
Yeah, I think so.
Right.
Like, you know, like I enjoy a lot of things.
You will thank me when you're old.
Oh, when you feel old.
You can watch these back.
I don't watch them now.
About the good times. You will thank me.
I'm not sure I will. You'll be dead. You'll be long gone.
I won't. If I'm dead, you're fucking dead.
No, because I'm taking my elf seriously again.
Your elf?
My elf. My elf has been taken seriously, and you're eating a Chinese every week.
Yeah.
Which,
so fucking what?
You know, if you want to do that, do that. But, you know, there are certain what's the word? There is a certain assumption that can be made about that.
Okay.
If one was so inclined.
Well, I don't drive and I walk quite a lot.
Well, I just remember last time we met.
Yeah.
We were both a bit chunky.
How dare you?
Hey.
How fucking dare you?
You would absolutely have said the same about me.
I'm not chunky.
I said you were chunky. This was how long ago?
I've never been chunky. Chunky.
You've been chunky.
I had a little puppy fat, that's all.
Yeah, chunky puppy, chunky monkey.
No.
If one.
I've got a little tummy, but that's genetic.
Well, I didn't specify the reason behind it, did I? I just said it was a thing. It was something I had observed.
First, say I failed.
No. I said maybe you
I'm
failed.
chunky.
I said maybe you failed. I did not pass judgment. I merely stated that there are factors in play that some people could argue, if they were dickheads, didn't say anything of consequence. There's nothing wrong with being chunky either.
You would say that.
Well, yeah. Well, because I'm chunky. Yes, absolutely, Ben. I'm a fat fuck. I'm very open about that.
Don't be mean to yourself.
Oh, that's what the thingy opens. I found it. Opens this one down here. Oh shit.
That is true. I'm not as svelte as perhaps I was. But I don't really give a shit.
And that's fair enough. If you don't care, what does it matter?
I'm fine with having a little tummy.
Well, I wouldn't call it a little tummy.
You fucking die.
Look, that's just a. You know that's just a. Oh no, I lost all that stuff up there. Well, we're never getting that back.
It's a little tummy. That's all.
Can we get it back? Do you think we'll get it?
No.
Is that part of it? Oh,
I've been doing my weights recently.
Have you? What weights?
Yeah. The weights I lift.
Yeah. What sizes? How much? Talk to me. Tell me about it. Or don't. Up to you.
6 kilograms.
6 kilos. Okay. How many reps?
What the fuck is a rep?
I don't fucking know. It's the word they all use, isn't it? All the people that do these things.
I don't understand that. When I look at like how-to stuff, it says do 15 reps and 4 sets. What is that? Just say do it 4 times.
I know. Whatever. I think in that context it would be do it 4 lots of 15 times, but take a break.
And have a break in between. Yeah, I do it 40 times. Well, at the minute I'm doing like 50 with each arm, and then I do my I sit in the chair and I do my wrist thing with it.
I don't want to know what you do with your wrist in your chair.
I pump my wrist 40 times.
Of course
each
you
wrist. And then so I take it and I lift it above my head. I do that 40 times, but I do take a break because that does take it out of me a little bit. But I'm going to keep going.
Oh, it's important to, repeat.
Because I don't like the fact I have skinny arms.
Oh, that's your consideration.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I don't like it. I've never liked it.
I've never really noticed your arms, to be honest.
Well, no, everybody said it's fine, but I'm quite insecure about it.
That was a nice spin shoot. That was.
I mean, you have missed.
No, it's gone in. It's gone in the thing. It's inside the area. It's going to get sucked into it. Look.
Oh right. Okay.
Oh look. Oh, what's happened?
You didn't tell me it sucked.
There we go.
Well,
that was a good shot. That was.
I'm doing the arm exercises, and I've got one of them. What do you call? You know those things you squeeze.
Titties.
I knew you were going to say that. They like.
I have got titties, to be fair.
I know. I can. Yeah. Yeah. Those sort of things where you sort of. It's like 2 sticks. And a spring.
And a spring. Yes, I'm familiar with the thing that you're talking about. I don't know what they're called, but yeah.
Can you tell I exercise?
Yeah.
I've got some of those, so I use those too, and I do that about 150 times with each hand.
I've considered getting the weights out for when I'm on the exercise bike, so I'm doing an arm thing and a leg thing. But
No,
I don't know if I
think
can be asked to do both at the same time at the moment.
I'm never gonna be like. I'm not gonna have a six-pack, and I don't want a six-pack. I just want to feel happy where I am.
Why get a 6-pack when you can have 12 beers instead?
You know, it occurred to me that I'm sort of messed up.
Okay, in what sense?
I'm glad I've got therapy tomorrow. Put it that way.
Oh, okay.
I just feel like I've, you know, things in childhood really sort of fucked me over.
Yeah, they
And
do that.
didn't develop properly, head-wise. You know.
Well, if it's any consolation, I think we're all a little fucked up.
Do that.
And I think
No,
it's normal to be a bit fucked up.
Yeah.
Which is, it seems counterintuitive based on what we're talking about, but actually, I think it's perfectly normal.
I mean, look, I learned to love myself during a previous job, which I fucking hated. Honestly, the only reason, or the main reason why I got over my self-loathing was because I was surrounded by arseholes. I thought, my God, I am better than these. I may be, I'm not perfect, but I'm not a fucking cunt like a lot of these people.
So what you really mean?
To love myself. Well, it was a horrible place to work, and I'm glad I'm out of it.
Good.
And it's somewhere that is lovely to work. But yeah,
Was this the hospital?
yeah, I'm not going into fucking detail.
No, I'm just. I asked you if it was a thing that was summed up by one word.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. I don't need any more because I know everything else that I need to know about the place, don't I? I don't need to know any more detail. So thank you for explaining where it was without making it obvious, without risking any sort of slanderous or problematic situation involving anyone who may see this.
Mm-hmm.
I personally have never had issues with.
Yes.
That was funny. That was objectively funny.
No, it wasn't.
Your face is objectively funny.
It would have been. Well, look. Anyway, yeah. I think it's just a good thing to do. If you notice something that you don't like about yourself, well, there's only one way to fix it, and that's what I'm doing. You can love yourself and think, I'd like to improve this aspect of myself.
Some people say I love myself too much.
Yeah, God, you vex me. You're like one of those Roman emperors. He just sort of lounges and has like serving girls prance around naked for him.
If only.
And is well known for his
penis. I don't think I'm well known for my penis, but.
And is murdered by the Praetorian Guard.
I'll take being murdered as long as it's by someone who's good at what they do.
Largely forgotten by history because he didn't really accomplish anything.
Well,
You're a budget hero.
Like that Chinese emperor who's only known because he had a fall off a horse and he tried to get the record keepers to not keep it, and thus it became such a big deal that that's what they kept the records about.
I've never heard that before. That sounds interesting.
It's probably apparently it's the only thing that this particular emperor is known for. So it's fucking ridiculous that the thing he's known for is something he wanted people to never know.
It's a Streisand effect, that, isn't it? You familiar with the Streisand effect?
Not by that name. I might be familiar with it, but not know.
Okay, so in like the early 2000s, there was a Californian geological survey. Basically, they took a helicopter and they flew around the Californian coast and they took a shit ton of photos and they published them online because it was a public
thing.
Is this
Barbra Streisand's home?
Yes, they took some of these photos contain pictures of her home. And Barbra Streisand kicked off about this because she didn't want pictures of her house on the internet, even though there was no way anybody would have known it was hers. And of course, in doing so, she drew attention to the fact that pictures of her house were on the internet. Hence the Streisand effect, you know, where if you had kept your mouth shut, nobody would have cared, but because you kicked off, you've drawn all the attention to it you were hoping to avoid.
Yeah, it's basically that, but in ancient
You know, if
China.
that guy had never said, "Do not fucking write about me falling off this horse,"
Then
I mean, it
it
might have
would
been
be in
mentioned in
there,
a might have been mentioned in a letter or two.
but
You know,
it wouldn't be the only thing we know about him. We'd
well,
probably
yeah,
never know about him at all. In which case,
yeah,
maybe he's prefer it this way. But
maybe.
yeah,
Better than
I know
nothing.
what you're saying. It's definitely a situation where he sort of fucked himself a bit, isn't it?
Yeah,
Let's stick that
yeah.
in the barge. The thermal spreader. This is going incredibly well.
Lovely.
Long may it
Glad.
continue to do so. Well, maybe not long. May it continue to do so. It helps that I'm taking it seriously. I don't always take it seriously.
That probably does help.
I'm being as meticulous as I can.
Lovely.
But I could be more meticulous, but I'm not capable of being that much more meticulous.
How many topics do you have?
A few. Oh, hang on, I should probably cross off Formula One Lewis Hamilton. Right,
How many is a few?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
But we've also got another video to do, so don't expect me to shoot my load now.
1, 2, 3.
I prefer to do it
4,
off camera.
5. I have 5 left.
Okay,
Do you want to do one?
that's a bit rude. Have you heard about the MP?
I don't know. Which one?
The one that's quitting because his ministerial role because he can't afford his mortgage.
No.
As an MP, he's quitting his ministerial role, which provides a 118k salary because he can't afford his mortgage.
Does he live in London?
I can't remember where he lives. I think it's in Norfolk actually.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I think it's South Norfolk.
I mean, these people complain about the poor, but they can't manage finances for fucking love nor money.
If you want to know for sure where he is, you could Google him. I can't remember his name,
No.
but MP that can't afford mortgage will probably be quite popular. Because people have been laying into him for it, and rightly so. Because I mean, it's fucking ridiculous, right? Can't afford his mortgage because who fucks it up again? Or who?
What?
Why can't he afford his mortgage? Because who's responsible for the mortgages having gone up in price?
Oh, it's a lot.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you know, and obviously there's people on considerably less than that are having to scrape by because that's what you do, isn't it? You just make fucking do.
It just sounds like a needy prick. He's going to work for some fucking bank or something.
Well, yeah, that's what it is. He'll be able to get a second job now, and he'll be getting paid more for his second job than he's getting paid for being an MP or whatever ministerial role he was in. I can't remember. And thus, you know,
It's just fucking awful and depressing. But there is some light world recently. Did you hear about Elmo?
Elmo was on my list, so thank you for removing that.
Well, he wasn't on mine, but I just remembered him. Yeah, Elmo posted something on Twitter.
As Elmo does.
Yeah, he was just checking in on us to make sure we hadn't,
Killed ourselves.
topped ourselves. Yeah, Elmo was.
And actually,
like,
it turns out a lot of people were going to.
Yes. It's like people were talking to Elmo about the existential dread in their heart.
The
about
world
how
is
they
burning, Elmo.
Yes, I am a wage slave, Elmo. I have no freedom. And Elmo was like, okay, I'm kind of glad I did that. Turns out there's a lot going on. I mean, he didn't put in those words, obviously, because he's like 3 or something.
I'm glad I asked, or almost glad he asked, or it's most stupid
Yeah.
for wording.
I'm so glad there's Sesame Street in the world. It's such a sweet thing.
Yeah, I mean, BBC referred to him as a Muppet, which
He's
I
not a
know
Muppet.
well, they referred to him as a Muppet, and it sort of threw me off because, like, it's all the same people, I think, isn't it? Or it's connected to the same people, but it is off-putting to think that he's a Muppet. Him and Yoda.
He's not a Muppet. You leave him alone. He's a nice, not a very pleasant young man.
Wrong kind of Muppet.
Right.
You're a Muppet. You Muppet. We should all aspire to be Muppets.
Yes, I should like to live in a world where, you know,
Blue felt is the height of beauty.
well, I should like to live in a world where if I live like next door to the Muppets. Actually, that sounds like a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, because they keep singing.
It would be so noisy. If I lived in the sort of general vicinity, if I lived sort of
If there
on
was a
Sesame,
cul-de-sac and they had one of a houses,
yeah, just sort of down the end, you know,
oh,
because I'm not really bothered if I can sort of faintly hear. Well, if I, as long as they were like I couldn't hear them,
okay. So what's the point then?
and well, they could just pop round and see if I'm okay, and I could pop round and say hello to them, and they'd be very very kind, and they'd probably tell me when the bins go out and stuff, and they'd be lovely.
Would they? Maybe they'd be
Yeah,
horrible. Maybe
they'd be
you would
horrible.
maybe you would hate it. I'm not saying you would. I'm saying maybe you would. And I think it's important for you to entertain the possibility that actually it was not all it's cracked up to be.
I don't think you
Some
understand
some
the
of them
concept.
some of them have quite whiny voices.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily have to be around them, do I? And they mean well.
That was a prime opportunity for you to say yes. It doesn't stop me talking to you, but you've missed it now. So, haha.
Yeah.
See, the witty jokes are part of a highlight for me.
Witty jokes about what?
Oh, the witty jokes that
This.
you and I have.
Okay.
They're part of a highlight for me for doing this.
Up
So,
your fucking game then.
so no, you need to fucking start.
All right, fucking hell. I don't know. I put up with one ludicrous cartoon fucking character, don't I?
There we go. There you go. Well done, Ben. I'm so proud of you for getting your head in the game.
It's like a fucking. I don't know.
It's number
Kill
day
you.
tomorrow.
What?
It's number day tomorrow.
What's that mean?
It's a day where people
Are we
celebrate.
getting new ones?
It's the day when people celebrate numbers at school for charity. I think it's for Childline.
What? Okay, well that's a noble cause.
So they're dressing. We've been instructed to send kids in with numerical clothing or dressed as sort of theme dressed as a number thing.
What's your child going as?
The concept of the zero.
Okay, that's high brow.
Yes, he's going to be
what
wearing
is-
all black
Okay.
because I can't find any fucking clothes that he owns that have got
Well,
numbers
who the
on.
fuck can? Who has? I mean, I'm sure.
I know
I
the
reckon
amount of clothes that just randomly have numbers on is ridiculous. But I can't find any that he owns.
that's a bit. I mean, it's basically just a non-uniform day, really.
It is
Isn't
basically. I've got to spend a ten, not a ten, a five. What am I talking about? A quid. You got to give him a quid to do it.
It's fucking number day. You can't get your fucking numbers right. Show some respect.
I'm tired. I cycled for a while today.
What's your favourite number?
Well, actually, if you had watched my video, which you've watched, you would know that there's a particular number that makes me giggle.
3.
Ha-
What?
No, I was giggling because I thought it would be funny for me to giggle at the number 3, even though we both know that's not the number.
Do we? What's the number?
69, duh.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I'm a grown up and a child at the same time.
Okay, I like 9.
Why?
I just like the way it sounds.
Because it was eaten by 7?
No, I just think 9. It's almost 10, but it's not getting ideas above its station. It's the last unique number, isn't it, really? 'Cause 10, it's 1 and a 0.
So, I'm not sure I get your point, but okay. Like, I know I get what you mean about it being the last unique number. I get that. That's not a complicated concept.
Well, that was, I have to say, that was basically the crux of my argument.
Okay, well, I need to concentrate on cutting this thing.
I mean, a lot of people like the number 7 because it's high enough to be positive, but not too positive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why it's such a big thing culturally. Like if you're given a survey and you say, please rate your instructor from 1 to 10, you know, I bet most responses are probably going to be about a 7.
You're probably right. Have you had to rate an instructor recently?
No, not recently.
Okay. I've not had to rate an instructor for a long time. Not since the first aid course that I did about a year and a half, 2 years ago.
I did first aid. Training too.
Yeah, I think everyone should do it, really. I think it's an invaluable skill. And I think it should be one of those gatekept skills. Why is it this one fucking bit I needs... How am I going to detach that? See, that costs money. That costs money. That costs money. Alright, I'm going to cook this bit. Yes?
Are you prepared to... Have we talked about this? It seems like the sort of thing we would have talked about. I think it's been in the news for long enough that we would have. So we talked about conscription.
I think it came up last week. But I'm happy to talk about it again. Because it's been a big deal to a lot of people.
Yeah? I honestly have vague memories of talking about it. But yeah, basically it's been... The idea of conscription has been floated in our country.
It has.
There's been a number of high-profile generals who have said we need to seriously consider increasing our numbers. Rishi Sunak has categorically ruled out conscription, which means fuck all.
Yep, means it's going to happen, I believe, is a joke you made last week.
Yes. Why have I forgotten this? Yeah, but yeah. Are you prepared to die in a field for your country?
I'm not even prepared to die in my sleep for my country.
There you go.
So, read that how you will.
But you're a single parent, aren't you? So you get off it.
I think you should think about what you're saying there.
You get off.
You're saying I'm off the hook?
Yes. And I have a history of mental illness.
Well, I mean, I also have a history of mental illness, so I wouldn't want
suicidal tendencies.
I believe I made a comment last week that one of my I couldn't possibly kill myself comments is that I don't know where to get a gun. So the last thing I should do is put myself in a situation where I could be given a gun.
You did say that last time, didn't you?
This is definitely a conversation we've had.
Well, I'm sorry.
I'm happy to have it again.
There's no point.
I don't know how much I can add to it, but if you've forgotten...
I've said everything I want to say, but I've forgotten it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got an Irish passport. That might help.
I think you mentioned.
I don't want to do it. I'm not going to do it.
I'm very confident you said last time that you would.
I know I did.
Leave.
I know I did. Why have I forgotten this entire fucking conversation?
I don't know, mate. That's
good
news.
I don't know.
This is the last little bit of the ship.
Oh, okay. Do you want to know some good news?
Go on then.
I've sat and watched this entire video.
Oh wow! I see.
From the moment you began, I didn't go to Twitter or Facebook or anything. I sat and I just had this on and I watched.
It's funny you say that because I was about to ask if you wanted me to do the second one, another ship since the. Since the first video we did tonight.
Yeah,
so short.
Do it. Right. I just hope we don't run out of topics.
Well, I mean, we'll make it work. Push comes
How many have you got left?
5.
Got 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
I don't want to save one for the other one because there are pictorial aids.
Oh, great. Okay.
That I want you to look at.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But we did the scout patrol craft, didn't we? So now we're going to do the rastabout tug.
Oh. Sounds like a dance.
It does, doesn't it? A lively dance. Let's do this thing. There's a lot of silly little bits on this one, so it might take a little while.
I can spare another 10 minutes, I suppose.
Well, you'll have to spare a bit longer than that. Let's take the light bank off. So this one is designed to help with transporting cargo. So what you do is you stick your containers on it, I should think. Are you now on Twitter?
Oh gosh,
You are, aren't you?
I'm on BBC News.
Oh, okay.
I was looking to bolster my. Did you hear about that acid attack?
I did hear about the acid
That
attack.
alkaline attack. My
Yeah, sorry,
goodness,
it was alkaline, wasn't it?
yeah, they've released a picture of the suspect.
With eye damage, I think.
Yes, quite
I've not looked.
garish eye damage. There was clearly a bit of a tussle.
I saw a headline flash up on my phone about it, but I didn't read it because it wasn't exactly good news, and I wasn't in the mood to.
No, it's not. It's not nice. It's probably an ex-partner. That's really bad damage. Oh goodness. Be careful when handling chemicals, kids.
Or ideally, don't handle them at all.
We do think. Well, we do need scientists.
Yeah, but scientists that are adults, preferably. We don't need kid scientists. That's child labour. Why is that light flashing and the others are... let's take it off. Stop it flashing completely. There we go. I took part in the BBC quiz of the week, the BBC Radio 2 quiz. By which I mean I listened to the questions, gave my answers, and listened to the answers afterwards.
All right.
There were 5 questions. How many do you think I got right? Remembering this is a Thursday morning thing that we do every Thursday.
How many questions?
5.
3.
I got 5 correct.
And this is a general knowledge quiz, is it?
General knowledge. I don't always get 5. I often get 4. But today I got 5, and I was also closer than both of the participants, like the on-air participants, when it came to the tiebreaker question, because they both got 4.
Well, then you would have won.
I would have absolutely won.
One of these days you must ring in.
Well, you don't get to actually take part on it.
Right.
But I did, I have spoken to a radio presenter, a online DJ.
Oh yeah,
No,
you
not
talked
online
about
DJ.
bondage.
But no, choking.
Yeah. Golly.
I know. I've still got the audio for that.
You listened to it since?
A few times, not recently, but
It's off like...
I don't get off on it or anything.
No, I... Good.
It'd be weird. Well, not for for conversation.
Mm.
Ho, ho, ho. Let's make Ben uncomfortable. Let's not actually. Let's not make Ben uncomfortable. Are we moving? I don't think we're moving. It's not. Where's it connected? It's connected somewhere, but I can't see where. How peculiar. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced.
What?
I said I'm not convinced.
Yeah, I'm just feeling a bit low ever since you said I was a failure.
I didn't say you were a failure.
It's because I don't pay rent.
I did not say that you are a failure. I did not use the words failure.
Yeah.
Like, it's all recorded. You can listen back. I didn't say. I understand why you feel like maybe I did. See, now you're just making noises. You're not making coherent sentences, Ben. Use your words.
Yeah.
That's okay. Fine, that's a word. But use more words. This is meant to be a conversation. Would you like me to apologise?
Well, I'd like you to appreciate why I might be upset.
I do appreciate why you might be upset. I think it's a result of a misunderstanding, but I appreciate that you are
I
upset.
appreciate. Well, yeah, okay, fair enough. But yeah, well, thank you very much for appreciating why I'm upset, and appreciate that it was a source of a misunderstanding, and I appreciate what you meant to say, and I suppose we'll speak no more of it.
That works for me.
Me, that was a textbook example of good conflict resolution between two old chums.
And this is how we'd really do it. Ben, you're a fucking
Yeah.
wanker.
Oh, fuck you, you prig.
You wish, you dirty pervert.
I swear, I am literally
Salad
gonna
and a
hang.
pasty.
I'm literally gonna hang you.
Literally.
String you up, and yeah,
Literally, you wish.
yeah,
You know I'll just get off on it.
I know. Not as much as I would.
You dirty pervert.
Mm.
Salad and a pasty.
What? What does that mean?
It was a it was a thing that Philip Schofield said once on Good Morning
What?
Britain. So Jamie Oliver was suggesting that you could put some salad in a little bit of pasty, and his reaction
Oh.
was salad in a pasty, you filthy pervert. And then all this stuff about Schofield came out a long time after, and it's like one of the biggest things that I've seen since. It's like just people repeating.
It sounds
that.
like a euphemism for, you know,
It does, doesn't it? It sounds
being
like
with
something.
someone considerably younger than you. You know, he had a salad and a pasty.
A filthy pervert. But no, honestly, it's ridiculous. He seems so disgusted by the idea of having some salad inside your pasty.
When I was a very tiny child, my mum was in a local production of The Reluctant Resurrection of Sherlock Holmes, a play
Okay.
where Arthur Conan Doyle is hired to investigate a murder at a haunted house with Sherlock Holmes, a figment of Doyle's imagination that only he can see and hear. Doyle very sincerely believes that the house is haunted, and Holmes thinks Doyle is a moron.
What's that from?
That's from a Tumblr.
Oh. So you have distracted yourself now with other content.
Yeah.
This is no longer doing it for you. See, I suspected that would be the case.
Look.
No. That's I did or did I not say that it was funny that you'd said that because I was going to ask if you wanted me to do another one.
I do want you to do another one. I'm fine with this, but I think I check in regularly. You know, I'm looking at it now, but I think you have to understand that as relaxing as viewing as this would be, and I'd quite happily have this on like you know, while I'm trying to sleep. It's a high compliment.
Wow.
But it you know, I can't say, golly, he's really cutting into that thing. Because I know what it is.
It says say what it is. Oh shit! If you look, this thing, that's a panel, and that's a nanocarbon panel thing.
Right.
And this is part of the engine.
Right.
The engine fuselage. I don't know how you say that fucking word.
Right.
See, everything's got a name. And I'm always happy to tell you if you want to know.
It's alright.
This is a light.
Is it really?
It is, look. It's worth $3,468. That's inflation for you.
Hmm.
Since I'm in space, shall we talk about some space news that has happened?
You love your space news, don't you?
Oh, I do when it happens.
Well, go on then. What is it?
The you know that Japanese lander that sort of
Oh yeah, that
dodgy,
landed upside down on the moon.
or whatever it was that had happened. Yeah, they they fired it back up again because the sun's in the right place now, so they can actually use it, and it's getting to work. So all's well that progresses in an orderly fashion. And what more could anyone really want?
Well, I mean, it would have been nice to get it right the first time, I suppose.
Well, considering they were nicknaming it the Moon Sniper or something, yes, it fucking absolutely would be.
Yeah.
It would be brilliant if it had just gone right. But, you know, it's rocket science. It's literal rocket science. So
if that was the caliber of snipers, then JFK would still be knocking about, wouldn't he?
Well, yeah.
Presumably on some very high-tech ventilation system to keep him alive at the grand old age of, I don't know, 90 odd.
I don't know. Biden's still going. That's a joke
No,
about how old Biden is.
JFK wouldn't have. Very, very, very young man.
He would absolutely have been unwell. Yeah. Well, with all the stuff. And he was already ill, wasn't he? Really?
Yeah, he had Addison's disease. He was JFK was so ill that his father had safety deposit boxes all around the country with medication in. So if he ever ran out while he was like on campaign or on tour or something, he wouldn't be too far from a dose.
Which is,
He was so ill he honestly probably shouldn't have been president. They lied about his medical records. They said no, he's completely fine. But he was probably too ill to do the job, honestly.
Oh, I can't imagine any president lying about their medical records.
Yeah.
I'm sure JFK was the healthiest, however old man.
30 odd. 40? 40 must have been 40 odd.
I don't know. God. Things were probably a bit simpler back then. You got ill, you died. Simple as. Sorry, I was thinking about cavemen times for a moment.
There's somebody on Reddit who has spent 148 days out of 152 fusing every Gen 1 Pokemon into this sort of amalgamation something. It's quite something.
Is it?
Yeah, it's got like...
I don't know what it is, but it's something.
It's got Gyarados' face with like Rattata's buck teeth and Alakazam's whiskers and the Lickitongue's tongue and like the head bit of Caterpie with the hair of Tangela. It's got all manner of things sticking out of it.
Someone has probably joked off to it. Oh, fuck. Fuck. The cutter's burned up. Shit. We're going to be losing part of the... Fuel pipes, Ben.
Yeah, so you're fine.
Yeah, I think we're good. Fucking hell, that was scary.
Hmm.
If they go too far, the whole thing will blow up.
Well, fine.
The last thing we want is to blow it up. Especially when there's this much left. So I've been continuing to watch the animated Batman series.
Yeah.
I can't help but notice that the most frequent villain that he's had to deal with so far is the Scarecrow. I say the Scarecrow, just the Scarecrow, do we?
I think that may be because Scarecrow does fear gas stuff. So my instinct, and I haven't actually seen the series, is that the animation takes good advantage of that premise.
I'll tell you what,
like it lends itself well to drawing crazy, messed up stuff.
It does. It does help that it's set in a sort of post. Well, it feels like it's like post-depression era.
Gotham, isn't it?
Well, no, but like.
Well, yeah. Oh, well, like aesthetically, it's sort of like the early 30s or late 20s sort of thing.
Yeah, that sort of time.
Yeah.
Which honestly, I suppose if it was a bit later, if it felt more 50s, then there'd be the whole war thing, and that just the fear.
Well, that's just an aesthetic. It's sort of like how Archer. Have you seen Archer, right? The spy thing.
Yeah, I've watched all of it.
It's like how
all of it so far, I should say.
Elements of the 50s and 60s, but
well, that's because it's literally all over the fucking place.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Like it's set. Yeah, it's sort of hard to pinpoint when it's set, except for I guess the Cold War's raging, but they've got like high tech stuff as well.
That one where it's very clearly meant to be like the 30s or the 20s when it's Archer. He's in the coma, like isn't it? And he's
those spin-off things. I like the jungle one.
You see, I was speaking to someone whose biggest criticism of the show was that it lost its point around about the time that did the whole coma alternate timeline thingy ridiculous situation, which
Well,
I wouldn't
never,
necessarily phrase it like that, but
yeah, yeah, I never I sort of stopped watching. I certainly have no interest after Jessica
Walters.
Walters died.
See, I enjoy it as a show, and I was pleased when they made more.
Oh,
I think we've only got one season left now to do because they're finishing it.
all right. I thought they had.
Well, the last episode of it implies that there's, I think they've got like a month before they need to shut down or something. So there's room for another season. I would say it leads to the idea that there's going to be one last season, doesn't it? If they're getting shut down, but they've got a month.
Yeah, yeah, it's a good premise. I have some exciting news.
Do you?
This just in. Matthew McFadden of Succession fame and Michael Shannon are set to star in a Netflix series that will examine the rise and eventual assassination of US President James Garfield.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Does he like lasagna and hate Mondays?
Was James Garfield shot on a Monday?
Don't know. You're the one with
was,
Google at your fingertips, so I recommend you.
Yeah. What day was the 19th of September, 1881?
Tuesday. I don't fucking know. I'm not one of those weird savants that can.
Well, he was shot on. Well, he was shot. He was shot earlier. He died on the 19th.
Okay. Well, either of the days a Monday.
It was a Monday.
Which one?
The 19th, the day he died.
Okay. I mean, odds. To be fair, odds were in favour, but one of them would be. Well, not odds in favour, but it increased the odds that there were 2 days that were relevant.
He was named after his grandfather, James Garfield Davis.
I've got something to show you.
After. Okay.
2 posters.
Oh, I thought that was Lenin.
I think it's meant to look like Lenin. But no, it's not.
That's his fictional biography. Oh. For a time, there was some discussion as to what Garfield's gender was.
Oh, fuck.
What?
Fuck. I forgot I'd unplugged the thing so that I could insist with it. It briefly turned itself off because I'd forgot that I'd unplugged it.
What did?
The Steam Deck.
Oh, okay. I thought we weren't recording or something.
No, the recording's still going.
Yeah, why? Okay, so the person who created Garfield, I thought Jim Davis was John Arbuckle, but no, Jim Davis named him after his grandfather, James Garfield Davis, who presumably was named after James Garfield.
Well,
I suppose not liking Mondays is sort of just a universal thing, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, no one really likes a Monday, especially not Brenda Spencer. Is Brenda Spencer still alive?
Yeah.
Fair enough. You said that with such readiness that you implies you have a personal invested interest in.
She's I don't mean to sort of fat shame.
Has she gotten big?
Well, you know, prison food is like that, isn't it?
I wouldn't know. Never been.
Do you think she should be paroled already?
What year was it? It was in the 80s, wasn't it?
1979.
79. Jesus. Well, it was earlier than that. No, later than that.
Killed 2 people, principal and a custodian, or a custodian. 8 kids and a police officer were injured. She was only 16. She's still in prison.
I feel like it'd be interesting to know why there hasn't been a parole hearing if there hasn't been one.
She's sentenced to life in prison with a chance of parole after 25 years.
Okay, so that's passed.
So, 93 was when she became eligible, apparently. Which isn't 25 years, but hey ho.
Trials and stuff, I suppose.
He said she had been a user of alcohol and drugs at the time of the crime, but the tests done when she was taken into custody showed up negative. 2001, she claimed her father had been subjecting her to beatings and sexual abuse, which he denied.
As she would.
The parole board chairman said that because she'd not mentioned it before, he doubted their veracity, which...
It's a slippery slope, but I understand the logic.
San Diego Deputy District Attorney cited an incident of self-harm from 4 years earlier, this is in 2005, when Spencer's girlfriend was released from jail, as showing that Spencer was psychotic and unfit to be released.
I didn't know.
Early reports indicated that Spencer had scratched the words courage and pride into her own skin.
Oh, it's worse things.
Spencer corrected this during her parole hearing as reading unforgiven and alone. Which is the worst thing to scratch in your own heart.
How do you accidentally, like, how do you mix those words up?
Oh, I mean, stories get spread, don't they? And it's easy to believe that. Her next opportunity for parole period is next year. I mean, maybe she's just not trying hard enough. Like, she's been up for parole. Maybe she really fucking went for it. She could get out. But what fucking... I mean, she's been in prison since she was 16. You know, she is now 61.
Yeah, I mean, what sort of life is there going to be outside
How
of prison
much...
now?
I mean, just imagine how much the world has changed since 1979.
Imagine how much it's changed since, since we were born. iPhones, Ben.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just that one silly little thing. Oh, look, it's a bunny character. Goodbye. Bunny.
Yeah.
Well, I think we've managed to get rid of all the air.
Well, that's good. That's a start, isn't it?
Well, it's more than a start. It means that we don't have to worry about explosive decompression anymore, which can be fun. I don't know if you were watching at the time, but I very tactically removed the front plate of the like the cockpit window in a way that but held it in place so that the air sucked out, but all the stuff stayed inside because it couldn't escape. Yeah.
Apparently.
Oh.
Sorry. Good call on that, though.
Thanks.
Apparently, from a biological point of view, vegetables don't exist.
All right. Well, I'll stop stressing about trying to eat them then.
Vegetable is a purely culinary term, whereas fruit has both a culinary and a biological definition.
I do wish people wouldn't fuck with language in that sort of way.
It's also why tomato is a fruit is technically true, but tomato is a fruit, not a vegetable, is false. Okay. Vegetables are a social construct.
There's a character in Stardew Valley who gets arsey if you say that tomatoes are fruit. Like he reckons they are a vegetable, and he gets, as a scientist, he gets arsey if people say that no, actually they're a fruit.
Well, and besides, it's well, there's the old thing that intelligence is knowing that a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is not putting it in a fruit salad.
I had a fruit salad earlier.
Good.
Didn't have tomato in it. Matt, did you ask what I had for my tea tonight?
What do you have for your dinner tonight?
I had chicken chow mein.
Right.
Yeah, 'cause I love chow mein. The Werewolf in London. The song.
What?
There's a song called
Yeah.
Werewolf in London.
Or is there? I'm aware of the film An American Werewolf in London.
No, it's by I think it's Warren Zevon, and it uses the same guitar riff as the Sweet Home Alabama song. Oh, I think it's a piano riff on there, but it's the same. It's the same tune. It's just performed differently. And he talks about seeing a hairy man in Soho, and he refers to him as a werewolf in London. Although that particular person is after some beef chow mein, I believe is the lyric. It's an entertaining song the first time you hear it. Maybe the first half of hearing it. After that, it gets a bit stale. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend it, but you know, it's a thing that exists. If anyone is so inclined to check it out, that didn't already know about it, like you didn't know.
No, I didn't know, but I do know now.
And you're never going to check it out.
No, sorry.
Oh, don't apologise. I know what you're like with music. Which reminds me, actually, there is a song I desperately want to check out, but I've not got around to checking out yet. So I've been busy since I got home. Well, I don't know what it's called. I don't know anything about it apart from the fact that it is new by Billy Joel.
New Billy Joel. Turn the lights back on.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about that title. But no, it's a new track. I only know about it because apparently Jeremy Vine did an interview with him, which I plan to listen to as well, because I quite like Billy Joel. I like quite a lot of Billy Joel's songs. My partner hates Billy Joel songs, so it's always interesting when they come on in the car.
Well, I'm listening to it now.
Okay, well, don't spoil it for me. I'll just, you know, entertain myself in the meantime. If we finish early enough, I might try and get a review out for it tomorrow. But I'm not committing to that because
So far, so good.
Where's the fucking control thingy? Is it just? Yeah, that's fine.
Gosh, I quite like this.
Yeah?
Yes. Not a fun song.
Well, a lot of his songs aren't fun.
About the Macarena.
A lot of his songs aren't fun.
Oh, I thought you said a lot of songs aren't fun.
I mean, it would still stand true if I had said a lot of songs aren't fun. But no, I did say a lot of his songs aren't fun.
I thought you said songs aren't fun.
I know. No.
As in all songs.
No, well, you twice now. You said that you thought I'd said two different things. So make your mind up.
No, I said that. I thought you said songs aren't fun. That's why I said the first and the second time.
No, I'm very confident, and I would testify under oath that you'd said.
Well, you'd be fucking wrong.
Oh well, it's on record, so.
I'm listening to Billy Joel.
You're not listening to me. Quite like Billy Joel, and you beat me to it because I fucking mentioned it whilst I was doing this. But no, he did an interview with Jeremy Vine that I plan to listen to as well. Which I don't normally do, but he's one of the few musicians I actually give proper time of day to, in terms of extended media. Like there's one where he goes through what the lyrics to Piano Man mean, and he gets to the la di da bit, and he is like, well, this bit's pretty self-explanatory. It's just funny to me.
I don't like Jeremy Vine.
Well, you don't have to like Jeremy Vine.
He seems a knob.
Man, it was lovely when we spoke. But, I suppose he may have been concerned that I was going to say something.
Well, he's
This,
lovely to everybody.
Oh, all the what? Were you going to say all the weirdos?
Well, he gets a lot of arseholes on there, doesn't he? And he's a he. I've heard he's a bit of a twatty cyclist.
He's a twat on Twitter. He's a twatter, if you will.
Is he?
The amount of honestly, most of his stuff is like cycling videos, and he's slagging people off for driving and stuff like that. And actually, it's not always clear cut.
I really like that. I say really like that. I like that more than I thought I would. Billy Joel. But yeah, you're right about the cycling stuff. I didn't know he posted that much about it.
God, I swear it's like all he posts.
Well, it sort of reminds me of when I watch road rage videos because I'm in the mood to get angry. Even though I don't drive. It's just like, oh, bloody people.
I get road rage around cyclists sometimes.
And all the motorcycle videos, if you check the comments on any given one of those, you will find... I mean, I know fuck all about, like, the rules of the road. But you will find a slew of comments going, the cyclist was in the wrong. The cyclist was motorcyclist was very clearly in the wrong. He was being a dick about it.
I get a lot of dash cam footage on TikTok, and the amount of times people will say the dash car or the dash cam car is the one in the fault, even when they're really not. But also a lot of the footage that you get is like there's no point in that footage, anyone looking at that footage. It's okay, yeah, fine. If someone had decided to take their eyes off the road for a minute and a half, there would have been an accident. But if you do that, you fucking deserve to be in an accident, right? You don't have to have a lapse of attention to end up in an accident. No one needs to. That's how I ended up crashing, didn't I? And, I was paying absolute attention to the whole fucking thing.
Killed that Vietnamese family.
I know. It's a miracle that the extended family don't hate me for it. We should clarify. I didn't actually kill anyone in a car accident.
We need to clarify that.
I feel like we do because
is there anybody watching this who's going fucking Ellie? I didn't know he was a murderer. I shan't watch now.
No, because there's plenty of other reasons why they wouldn't. I mean, I write about tits on the internet sometimes. That's a much more important reason to. In fact, no, I'm not going to into it. I got a subreddit to amend their rules this week because they were.
Is this you going into it?
No, I'm not going into that. Well, I was going to say, this is a completely different topic. I got a subreddit to amend their rules this week because they were trying to enforce a rule that it said we're in the rules but wasn't. And I'm like, look, if you're going to enforce it, fine, but it's not in the rules. So either that's an oversight or you're specifically targeting me. And they said, well, we're not targeting you, it's in the rules. And I was like, okay, it is now, because it wasn't, and I know it wasn't because I screenshotted it. Screenshotted it before, because I was like, if they're going to play this fucking we've not changed it card, because some people do that. Some people are like, oh, it was always like that. But no, fucking bastards. I'm going to avoid them because they don't. I mean, it's a popular subreddit, but it's also they're a bunch of bastards, so I can't be asked with it.
Are you making money again on it?
Not at the moment, but I've not made it very publicly clear that I'm doing them for cash again. Because I've been trying to get this Formula One stuff sorted out, haven't I? So I don't want to develop too much. I don't want to force too much time into.
I mean, if I were you, I would just go hell for leather on it.
Yeah, but
I would just be working my arse off on that. I mean, I've made like £9 this month on my video stuff.
I think the issue that I have
15 including the Patreon.
I think the issue that I have is that, and you're not going to like the phrasing on this, but it's the easiest way to phrase it. There comes a point whilst I'm making them where I get distracted.
Okay.
And then I lose interest.
Why don't you do... It's a shame you can't draw.
It is a shame I can't draw. I have considered
if I draw, I would just be doing furry porn for commissions. I'm going to be entirely honest, because there's so much money in that.
I have considered doing a series of short, smutty stories. But the trouble is there's all the faff involved in it. You can't just have the sex, really. Not if you want to do it well. And the trouble is, I'm going to want to do it well. But I saw there was a book. It was like 30 fucking pages. It was on sale for £5 on Amazon. Right? I could crack out 30 pages of porn story and sell it.
Oh, who couldn't? Jesus, I could do it.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's the point, isn't it? That's what I'm getting.
He took her roughly behind the tables.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Oh, Hortensia, how I've longed to feel your tits. I don't know.
No, because you've got to have a niche.
All right. Oh, Hortensia, how I've longed to feel your xenomorph tail.
I wouldn't necessarily recommend that niche. Although 2 mouths.
I don't know. I could do it. It's not difficult.
No, I've been considering it lately. But the trouble is, I end up considering a new project around about the time I'm really getting into swing. Right. And I kind of need to stick to a project, and it's not.
Yeah.
I'm a bit worried that this recent health awareness might be another one of those projects. But I'm keen for it to just be something that I do. Like I've been cycling whilst I watch Batman, so like it's a thing I do whilst I'm doing something else that I want to do, rather than taking time out or whilst the videos are getting sorted out. Like some of the videos are exporting, on Sunday. So I cycled whilst they were exporting. It's like there was no point in me doing anything else. I can't record or anything because the computer goes fucking crazy. It does not like it. This is the end of a ship. Of the second ship.
Oh, lovely.
Just so that you are aware.
Yeah.
So we'll just watch that fall apart. We'll get a bit closer. And then we can call it.
Right.
Oh, I did talk about the Japanese moon mission, and you mentioned Elmo. Oh shit, I've actually only got 3 topics left.
That's alright. I forgot the other one. What was I going to talk about?
I know, you didn't tell me.
What was it? We've been talking about.
I always forget what we've discussed whilst we...
3. Oh, I had something and I've forgotten it. The last few weeks I've forgotten topics and had to dump them on the next week.
Well, that's not helpful.
No. Well, no, I it may come to me. It may come to me.
What did we talk about in this video?
What?
What did we talk about in this video?
Well, we just talked about you mean your caption work, subreddits.
No, I'll just call it hobbies. Just because I always forget.
We talked about jury service.
Was that this one?
Yeah. Talked about like
was,
football success.
No, that's fine. Yep, I'm happy.
Damn it! I had something and it was good, and I wanted to talk about it, but I've forgotten.
Well, you'll have to remember it before we do the next one. So that's it. We've done 2 more ships, and I would like to say they were expertly done.
Yeah, probably. I imagine. What's Cutter's race?
Let's have a look, shall we? Let's just click on that. It's an online.
Yeah, challenge.
You get 15 minutes to do as much as possible. Oh, to salvage the ion ring, and you get points. The points that you get for 15 minutes. We could do that sometime. Oh no, it's 45 minutes. Sorry, 6 days to do this, and there are 8 scores. I don't know if that is the entire score.
Well,
maybe everyone on the planet that has played it. We could end up on a leaderboard, Ben. Oh, that'll be interesting.
I can doubt it.
45 minutes to salvage as much as possible. I reckon I could do the ion ring. I could do most of that in 45 minutes, to be fair. Yeah, oh well, something to consider next time. Or another time. So, thank you for joining us, everyone.
Bye.
Oh, I thought you'd do something a bit more grand than just buy.
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
Toodle pipski, everybody.
Yeah. Bye.